Good day, everyone. Welcome to our session for today. It's October 15, Thursday, and physically or even virtually, I cannot be with you today. So, welcome to our class, English Major 2, Language, Culture, and Society. So I'd like to begin with this learning task for everyone. This is text message analysis. I hope it's clear from where you are. Now there is this text message. Okay, I'd like you to look at it. It's found at the left side of the slide. Read it quietly. All right. Now, what is the gist of the text conversation? If you look at it, it says there, "Hi, how are you? Why not see a film together? Tom at my place? Sorry, but Tom, I've lots to do. Thanks anyway. BTW, are you free? L, later tonight? Fancy a drink? Great, I'll wait for you at DA Odeon. But be don't be late. I'll come ASAP. See you then." What have you noticed with the words or the form used? I'm sure you have seen that some words with letters are capitalized, some are even shortcut, and there are even numbers used. Is it easy to understand? Why or why not? Maybe for many of us, it's easy to understand because we are born in this generation where we do language or we communicate like this, no? But if you ask maybe an older person to read it, he or she might have difficulty doing so, understanding so, because the way the words are written and the communication, there might be some missing words, or grammatically it might not be very sound to them. But for some of us, born in this generation, it's easy for us to understand. How about this second task? How many of these expressions can you decipher? Hello, maybe some of you are even using this churva, no, mudra, and then pudra, chaka, kalarki, carry, and so on. So many of us are familiar with this gay vocabulary. No? Some of us are even using this day to day because maybe we are surrounded with people who are also into using this kind of words. But for those who are not familiar, they will really say that that is alien to them. I have a friend who used to listen to me and another person talking using gay vocabulary. They would say, "Naunsa naman mo, oy, what is that kind of language? Kakulba ba?" So difficult to understand. Now, I'd like to introduce to you to a linguistic analysis called the synchronic and diachronic way of analyzing language. Synchronic and diachronic. What does this mean? This will be included in our midterm, by the way, but aside from this being included in the midterm, I'd like us as English teachers in the future understand the difference and the importance of language study or linguistic analysis. Let's begin with the first one. The synchronic approach, no? The synchronic approach considers a language at a moment in time. So karon dayon akong gi-analyze ang language the way it is presented. Let me read first, no? So a synchronic approach considers a language at a moment in time without taking its history into account. Synchronic linguistics aims at describing a language at a specific point of time, usually the present. Synchronic linguistics is the study of the linguistic elements and usage of a language at a particular moment. So, kabalik-balik na yun, no? In time. a specific point of time at a particular moment. Therefore, in analyzing the text message earlier in the activation part of this lesson, the one I shared with you, you used the synchronic approach. You looked into the present linguistic elements and changes which are presented in the words and form in the text messages. The same is true with the gay language or the gay vocabulary, the one I shared with you earlier. Since it is an emerging language at present, analyzing it would require understanding of the present point of time and the present culture. So when you ditag synchronic approach in linguistic analysis talks about the present. No? Karon wala ko'y labot og naunsa tong sa una, but I am analyzing this particular point in time, karon nga generation, ug unsa gyud siya nga kind of language at present. No? Contrary to that, the diachronic approach considers the development of language or the evolution of a language looking into history. So mutanaw sa kanong ngano na change di ay ni. Ngano na ingon naman ni ani. So, meaning to say, there is historical linguistics involved. Diachronic linguistics is a study of the changes in language over time. Diachronic analysis can be the general evolution of all languages or the evolution of a particular language or dialect. So, say for example, mayong kaning binisaya nato karon and you want to study the linguistic features of this Cebuano language. You look into diachronic linguistics because you will trace mura bitaw katong kinaraan bitaw nga film, no? Imong i-trace ba first shot, second shot, third shot. Nano na ingon-ingin ni naman ni ron. So naa siya traces of what happened. Okay. Now, think of the synchronic analysis as a single frame in a roll of film. The diachronic analysis would be the study of all the frames. Amo ni akong gi-mention earlier kato bitong karaan nga film. I don't know if kaabot pa mo ato if you take a picture mo ko camera na. Karon kay cellphone naman jud ang mga camera, but before there is a particular camera, you load in a film. So imong naon ang synchronic analysis is ang usara ka picture, no? At present mo ning pictura. But diachronic analysis, you will look into the whole frames, no? Ang tanan gyud nga film. Musugod ka from the beginning, ano naabot ani nga picture. No? So, dito di ni sila aning lugar. Una, nisud sila ani nga gate, sunod ni sakay sila ani, nya sunod ni naog sila. So, imong gi-trace. So, diachronic basically has something to do with historical linguistics. Ang synchronic is a linguistic analysis that looks into the present at the moment. What is affecting this language change or language analysis. So, mga tanata, kinsa may nag-una-una ani nga study. Now, this concept was theorized by the Swiss linguist Ferdinand de Saussure, a professor of general linguistics in Geneva. And then, in contrast with most of his predecessors who focused on historical evolutions of language, Saussure emphasized the primacy of synchronic analysis of languages to understand their inner functioning, though never forgetting the importance of complementary diachrony. So, ang kang Saussure, ang iya yung gusto is, ang present magid siya, so more on synchronic linguistic analysis ng iya ha. Okay, so at least it's important that we understand lang the difference when we analyze language, no? So, obvious kayo that Saussure favored the synchronic approach. Each approach, of course, may ari kas diachronic mo laban or ari ko sa synchronic, lain-lain siya og benefits. So, the diachronic approach might focus more on the interplay of historical events that led to the language changes. So, the diachronic approach is historical, and the synchronic approach deals more with the systems, the structures of the present language. Okay? So, I think klaro ra gyud kay na no, sayo naman to siya. Let us simplify things and understand things lang the way they are presented. Like gyud kay kung ato jud siyang kung anong maayo na malibog-libog ta. So, let us just chew what we can. Okay? So, you can read more about this synchronic and diachronic. There's a lot of books, no? Although kung old normal pa unta ta, there are books in the library which are very helpful for us to understand more about the things we have been talking about since the beginning of the semester. Okay, but wala man taron sa old normal. We are looking into the new normal. Naman sa daghang mga e-books, no? You can Google mga scholar articles about these. Okay. So, naapa na more explanation about examples here about doing diachronic analysis. And then, mga theories, no? Acknowledging also the benefits of doing diachronic analysis because it shows the evolution, no? The evolution of language. Okay. Learning task, activity 6 na siya. I'd like you to search the internet and research further about diachronic and synchronic approach to linguistic analysis. Write your insights about your readings. So, what sa mga insight, ma'am? Wala lang, imuhang aha moments. Like, you're reading a particular research, and then, maingon din kag, kuyawan, no? So, unsa man imuhang mga thoughts about it? 2 paragraphs will do. Imuhang mga feelings about this particular research. When is the due for this? You may submit it next meeting. That is October 22. Okay, October 22. What are you going to do? Mag-research ka og mga papers or mga researches, mga studies that talk about linguistic analysis. Nga nihisgot ba ron siya og diachronic or nihisgot og synchronic? Read it. Try to understand it. Unya, give me your honest reaction to it. 2 paragraphs reaction, pwede na kaayo. To be submitted on October 22 in our Google Classroom. Okay. So, manataan na, no? The previous days or our meetings, nahisgot tag first language. Klaro naman to nga. First language is the language nga mao unang nahimugsuan nimo. Okay. And then, when kag second language nga imuhang gi-learn. Okay, nahisgot na taana. What else? We also talked about diachronic and synchronic, the other lessons. Now, aside from this, I'd like us to understand nga, kabantay mo, Filipinos would usually say, I will wear my rubber shoes tomorrow. No? Moingon kita nga, uy, ugma ba mag-field trip? I will wear my rubber shoes tomorrow. But an American would say, instead of saying rubber shoes, munsa man sila, I will wear my sneakers tomorrow. See the difference? Pero which of the 2 statements is correct? Moingon kag, I will wear my rubber shoes tomorrow or I will wear my sneakers tomorrow. Some of you might say, correct naman na duha, ma'am. Uy, di lagi ta maglibog-libog anak nila. Some would say, ari kita sa American, ma'am. Uy, I will wear my sneakers tomorrow. Kay sila ba gitag iya sa language. Mingon tanong. And then another thing, I don't know if you're familiar with this. Ako personally, when I was still in elementary, mingon gid akong teacher, uy, do not use the word CR. Okay, that is wrong. A lot of us have been reprimanded by our English teachers in the past. And they would tell us to avoid saying expressions like CR or comfort room. Kay dapat maingon gitag bathroom or toilet. No? So what is then the correct expression? Is using CR not acceptable? So I'm sure nag-answer mo diha on your own, no, kung correct ba yun ang word nga CR. Now looking at this, $2. Ayun siya, no? $2. Kani ang picture interpreting expressions. $2. Oni, this one. So funny, la you. You go out later, is it? Let's convoy to restaurant. I am a safety driver. Ano, no? So meaning, Mangutan ta, are these expressions correct? $2 only, this one. Ana ka. So I'd like you to look into the following expressions. $2 only this one. How do you think can you improve it? So mingon ka, this is only for $2. No? Or this is only for 2 pesos. No? Wow, so expensive one, cannot lay. Unsa may gipasabot ni ani? Wow, so expensive one, cannot lay. Usually sa Malaysia na gini mga lay, Singaporean, no? So maybe ang gipasabot ani, wow, that is too expensive. I cannot afford. Huh? So funny lah, you. What does this mean? You're so funny. Huh? You go out later, is it? What does this mean? You go out later, is it? Maybe, are you going out later? Yeah. Unsay pasabot ani? Let's convoy to restaurant. Meaning, magkuyog sila ba, no? Let's go together. Or maybe let's go one at a time to the restaurant. I am a safety driver. So meaning I drive safely, no? However, looking at these expressions, can we say that the manner of speaking is wrong? Kung nag-virtual pa taro, no, I would call some of you. But maglisod magutag virtual run, by the way, because we have a faculty association meeting for the whole day. So maybe some of your Thursday teachers have already canceled their classes. Pero on my part, I need to do this recording para dili pud ta mawahin na, no? Kay hapit na ra ba midterm, and at the same time, ganahan ko nga maka-progress kita sa atong lesson. So, looking at those expressions earlier, do you think their manner of speaking is wrong? Why or why not? Katumin siya, $2 only this one. Ah, funny you la. Ana, no? Is it standard? What is your basis for standard English? And what made you understand their message? Maybe some of you say, madali naman masabtan, ma'am, kay even if like mga words, murag, you just got the gist of the meaning. You just got the most important ra gyud nga parts, no? Okay. I'd like to introduce you to the world of world Englishes. Maybe some of you are already introduced to this. Sa mga world Englishes. Kadakan ba ana, ma'am, nga on our lesson, world English ramang gyud. So naa sa gitawag nga world Englishes. It refers to the English language as a lingua franca used in business. When world English, muna siya lingua franca used in business, no? In trade, diplomacy, global activity. While, kung yung world Englishes, daghan siya, refers to, kay taken as one man na siya, no? Refers to the different varieties of English and English-based creoles developed in the different regions of the world. So, movement ni siya during the 1980s, no? Or 1990s, mga last 1990s, nga naingon sila nga, dili man to dapat mo ingon nga wrong amo ang English. We have to accept our kind of English, like atong ganina, Singaporean English, Malaysian English, nga nagi mga ana nga expression. Kita pud sa Filipino, we also have our own English, Philippine English, that we make use of Filipino words, such as CR, only in the Philippines, such as salvage, nga gipatay ang meaning, only in the Philippines. When we say salvage, halagi salvage dito sa kuan, unsa ning lugar. So, ang atong giminan ng salvage is gipatay, di ba? But English terminology would mean that salvage means gisave, di ba? Nya kaning mga rubber shoes instead of sneakers, they don't use rubber shoes, only in the Philippines. Nya kanang yung tag, hala, we are cooking food in our dirty kitchen. Wala man sila anang dirty kitchen because that's very cultural. So only in the Philippines. So when do we say nga wrong di ay na? We cannot say that that is wrong because there is already an emerging term we call now WE, or World Englishes. World Englishes is a term for emerging localized or indigenized varieties of English, especially varieties that have developed in territories influenced by UK or the US. Huh? The study of world Englishes consists of identifying varieties of English used in diverse social-linguistic contexts globally and analyzing how social-linguistic histories, multicultural background, and contexts of function influence the use of English in different regions of the world. In other words, when we study world Englishes, we look into or we embrace varieties of English. Simple ra din no? If we say WE or world Englishes, equivalent ra din siya sa varieties of English. So lain-laing English. So we have the Singaporean English, Filipino English or Philippine English, naatay Korean English, Koreish or kanang naasad tay mga lain-laing varieties of English. And we welcome them due to multicultural background, the context of function, no, and social linguistics in general. Now, Schneider in 2011 viewed globalization as an important factor in the spread of English. Ingon si Schneider in 2011 research niya nga, it's really because of globalization that we have now the spread of English. Okay, originally English is really from UK, no? Unya ni spread out siya throughout the different parts of the world because according to him of globalization. Now Quirk, as cited in Cashrew, states that language spreads due to demographical, economic, cultural, and imperial factors. When a country becomes independent, gikan siya nga gi-conquer, for example, yan, independent na ka, there is a natural reaction to refrain from using the linguistic character imposed by its colonial past and look for native languages to provide a symbol for nationhood. As a result, new ways of talking and writing develop and indigenous words become privileged. So, according sa ni Quirk, nga gisite ni Cashrew, kani si Cashrew, siya gid ni ang father of world Englishes, na? Si Barge Cashrew. Indian ni siya. O niya, he is really the father of the movement of world Englishes. So, ni lean on siya sa idea po ni Quirk that English spreads throughout the world because of demographical. So, daghan siya factors nga nung na lain-lain ang ato ang in English, no? So, this is the concentric circle of Braj, no? Cashrew. According to him, naa siya tulo ka. There are 3 concentric circles. So, first is there is an inner circle. Okay, this is his concentric circle of world Englishes. There is an inner circle, there is an outer circle, and there is an expanding circle when it comes to world Englishes. So, unsay pasabot niya? He categorized the speakers of English into different categories by means of circles. So, na inner circle, mabilong dire ang USA, UK. So, very obvious, these are English speakers, good English as a native language. ENL, ang inner circle. The inner circle Englishes in the model, in his concentric model, refers to the parent countries of English or more on the colonizing nations such as Britain that spread the language to different regions of the world. The inner circle refers to the English as it originally took shape and was spread across the world. Okay, so according to Cashrew, the inner circle represents a traditional, historical, and social linguistic basis of English. So katugid ni siyang mga speakers of English as their national or native language. Inner circle na siya. Okay. So what is the second circle? The outer circle. Gawas-gawas na siya gamay, no? This circle is inhabited by the colonized territories. Katong gipang colonized, unya panghawa na sa colonizer, mura natag na nakuha nato ang English, but it's not really our native language. It becomes our second language more or less, no? The outer circle of English was produced by the second diaspora of English, which spread the language through imperial expansion Unya, in these regions, English is not the native tongue, but serves as a useful lingua franca between ethnic and language groups. So these are countries, ni belong ta diri actually ang Philippines because we use English as our second language. So, gigamit ang English for higher education, so sa college, no? Grabe gid ang English sa ilahang judiciary system, national commerce, business. Predominantly, English is being used. So, these are the countries, no, na adiri ang India, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Malaysia, Kenya, etc., no? And Philippines because we're colonized by the US, no? Or and others. So the total number of English speakers in the outer circle is estimated to range from 150 million to 300 million. So this is the outer circle, meaning maka-use na gid tag English in business, in commerce, in education. The third circle, kato na gini siyang pinakalayo na gid from the inner circle, and Kashru calls this the expanding circle, where EFL gid sila, English as a foreign language. So in the expanding circle, English is considered as a language that is foreign and is used in highly restricted domains. So mugamit ra gid sila anino kung muyuse gid sila English no kung international na gid ang hisgutan nga communication, like kanang naa na gyud mga kanang mga activities that would involve na ay mga international visitors, ina na ba. So the expanding circle encompasses countries where English plays no historical or government role. Wala kayo ni sila makonquer, wala kayo ni sila ma-affected yun, or maybe na-conquer sila, however wala kayo mo patak nila ang language of the conqueror. So ang medium of English is used as a medium of international communication ra gyud. So even in their business, they use their native language, no? For example, Japan, Japanese man gyud sila didto, South Korea, Egypt, Indonesia. So grabe gyud ang patak sa ilahang national language or their native language. Wherein English is used still, but difficult kaayo siya for them. No? Marabag, it's really a foreign language for them. It's not really a second language for them. So, ubay-ubay po ni siya, no? 100 million to 1 billion. So, I hope klaro ra ang concentric circle, no? Concentric model of world Englishes. And if we say world Englishes, we mean varieties of English. Now, according to Kashru, the power of English can be seen through its range and depth, meaning the range of English refers to the totality of functions which it has acquired as it spread around the globe. Its depth refers to the amount of societal penetration it has achieved as it moved from the inner circle to the other circles. Although difficult to assess, depth can be gleaned through the pluricentricity of English, no? And the development of varieties within an educated variety in the outer circle. So putting together the depth and range of English, the following are characteristic parameters of the power of English language. So unsay pasabot niya, demographical and numerical. So powerful kuno ang English when mudaghan spread good siya demographically across cultures and languages, or practically even to continents. Maabot siya speakers ng continent. English is powerful also when it comes to functionality. The second parameter provides access to most important scientific, technological, cross-cultural domains of knowledge and interaction. So, how functional is the language? The third is attitudinal, symbolizes certainly to a large group across cultures one or more of the following. So neutrality, liberalism, status, and progressivism. And lastly, language is also powerful when it comes to accessibility. So there is international accessibility in the outer circle and the international mobility across regions. So ma-powerful gina ang language. Okay? So by the way, all of these things that I have mentioned to you are available in this book. So there is a book called Language, Culture, and Society published by Lori Marr. I am one of the authors of this book. And the publisher just informed me nga ilan na daw gi-publish ang book. So, I don't know if Manila man ni siya ang publisher. So, I don't know if available na ba ni siya here in Cebu. Usually, some of our books are sold at National Bookstore. So, hinoon, I don't know kung maglisod mo adtog National Bookstore no, pero open naman sad ang mga malls karon. So, I am not forcing you to buy this. I am just letting you know that there is a book available. The title is Language, Culture, and Society. And I'm one of the authors, and this is available, I think, in Manila pa siguro ni. Mo ani pa nig Cebu, basin end of the year pa. Okay, so we can look through or ebook with this. I'm not sure kung ni hatag ba ang publisher og ebook kanang available via online, marag wala, marag print copy gid siya. Okay? Sige lang, once it will be available here in Cebu, mangutana ko, I might inform you katong gusto ganahan, you may buy. But I'm not forcing you to buy. Okay? So with that, mo end lang sa takutob dire, no? Because ubay-ubay naman tag nahisgutan. I'll see you next Thursday, October 22, 11 o'clock via our Google Meet. Or kung possible, mag-Zoom lang ta. Murag di kay ko hiyang sa Google Meet. I will just inform you via our Google Classroom stream. Okay? So, keep posted. So, assignment, unsa tong assignment for this session, you do it during our asynchronous inig 20. October 20, we have asynchronous session. Make use of the 1 hour and 30 minutes time for this. You will research, mangita mo og study that made use of synchronic and diachronic language analysis. Try to read the study and give me your 2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs nga reaction or insights. So, kailangan pa ba i-copy ninyo ang study? You may just send me the link or you put in your paper no the link of the study or the title of the study. Unya, your reaction dayon. Do not copy na lang the study kay taas kayo na, no? So, basaha lang. Unya, give me the link so that maka-refer po ko from time to time to see what this study is about. Alright, so with that, thank you everyone for listening and enjoy doing your assignments. Goodbye.